starts now.
Thanks for sticking with us here at 7:30. The top line news last week was good. I mean, really good. Charlotte Mecklenburg Police reported during the first 6 months of this year, overall crime across the city was down 8%. Violent crime was down 25%.
We remain focused on driving these numbers even lower, addressing persistent crime, and never losing sight of the real impact on those victimized. These numbers are notable because they underscore the reality of Charlotte's safety, not just the perception.
Now, just a couple days before that news conference, meaning it wasn't part of this latest data, there was the reality of a mass shooting in Uptown. One person was killed, 5 others were hurt outside a row of nightclubs on North College Street. And it has added to the perception that the center city is not always safe. We have seen fights and gunshots during high-profile events like 4th of July and New Year's Eve celebrations. The shootings earlier this month are just adding to that unease.
We're moving to Los Angeles for different reasons, but again, I feel more safe in Los Angeles than I do in Uptown, and that's sad.
All right, so what's the reality here? Well, our news partners at Uptown Charlotte dug a little deeper, and they got some data from the Central Division specifically, and that does include the Uptown area. CMPD reports overall crime in that area was up 2.4%. Violent crime in the first 6 months of the year, up 9.1%. Alexandria Sands is the Uptown Charlotte reporter on this story, and I asked her what's driving these numbers.
Yeah, it's pretty clear looking from the statistics that we got from CMPD that robberies are driving the increase. They were up 54.5% in the 2025 mid-year report. So this is comparing January to June 30th, 2025 to 2024. There were 51 robberies so far in that period for 2025. 20 of those were arms. Compared to last year, there were 33 and 15 of those were arms. If you look citywide, robberies are down 21%. So this seems to be an issue that's very specific to Uptown. I haven't heard back from CMPD to see if they have any idea what is driving the spike in robberies, but we'll be updating if we do get a response.
What do we know about their presence overall in Uptown right now?
CMPD has responded to some of the broad safety concerns in the wake of some of these shootings, and they have been trying to reassure the community the best that they can that there's nowhere else you can go where you're going to see as many officers. They say that they're keeping them around the bars and the nightclubs. Those are some of the problem areas they're seeing, and they're also keeping their blue lights on so that people know that they are there, they're patrolling, and then hopefully it does deter some crime.
Center City Partners, obviously the big boosters of Uptown. What's been their reaction to all of this? What do they want to see done?
They, of course, say they're disappointed. I had a conversation with their CEO, Michael Smith, and he shared some ideas of changes that could be made and things he's hearing from community leaders that may be helpful. One thing is a non-congregate shelter where people who are experiencing homelessness could go and they wouldn't be as worried about being in a space. They would be in their own space, kind of like a motel room. They wouldn't be as concerned about safety issues there, and then they could get connected to some resources. We've also heard the district attorney say over and over again that they don't have enough prosecutors. That's a reason why repeat offenders are often released. Michael Smith talked a little bit with me about the success he's seen with CMPD doing juvenile outreach. He says that's been helpful, especially ahead of big event nights in Uptown.
This obviously comes at really an important time, right? For Center City, kind of some changing priorities. Does that factor into this? I mean, they've got sort of, a lot riding on having, a good image Uptown.
Yeah, of course, Uptown is still recovering from the pandemic. It's a very different time. A lot of the office towers have big vacancies. A lot of people are going to South End to do their dining and entertainment. So it's important to the city that they help the Uptown bounce back because they want to keep it healthy and vibrant. It's an economic engine. It brings companies here. It generates tax revenue.
City Council campaign season is here. It's getting underway. Do we expect this to be an issue?
Safety is definitely one of the issues that community members care a lot about. It's going to be a reason that they look at some of the sitting council members and they might reconsider giving them their vote, and they might look at some of the other candidates for a change. I'm watching at-large race in particular. I think Edwin Peacock could have the opportunity to knock out one of the 4 sitting council members, because he is a Republican who has been very outspoken in the wake of the mass shootings. So I think that could be one, and there are a few other races I have my eye on as well.
We'll be watching, as will you. We know. Alexandria Sands from XCO Charlotte. Alexandria, always appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
You can read more of Alex's work by going to the Axio Charlotte website.